Good morning, wet shavers, coffee lovers, and podcast listeners everywhere. It's Mark with GeorgeToon.com. It's time for another second cup. So grab a cup of coffee, kick back, relax, put in those earbuds, adjust that speaker volume, and let's talk some wet shaving and a few other things in podcast form. What is Second Cup? Well, Second Cup is a podcast that will give you some additional information that didn't make the Monday morning mailbag deadline. This might be something that is time sensitive. For instance, a sale that could be ending before the next Monday morning mailbag airs, or a piece of late-breaking information that viewers have passed along that is equally time sensitive, or something else regarding the wet shaving world that needs to be broadcast in a timely fashion. And we'll also have some time to chit-chat and discuss some other things like coffee, movies, streaming shows, books, that sort of thing. So thanks for tuning in to Second Cup, and I hope you subscribe to the podcast, where you can also find episodes of the Monday Morning Mailbag in podcast form. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. We'll get the show underway in just a moment. Thanks for joining me. Well, good morning and welcome to the March 31st, 2025 episode of Second Cup. How are you this morning? I hope things are great where you are. I hope the weather is nice and warm and warming up. We've got a rainy day here the day I'm recording this, but it's still about 60 degrees. So it is getting warmer, although this time of year, it could get really, really warm, and all of a sudden the temperature will drop and we'll get snow. And as I mentioned last week, if you live in Northeast Ohio, this neck of the woods, get ready for snow around about April 18th. That's my late brother Jay's birthday, April 18th. And we always have snow on April 18th, give or take a couple of days. So like the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, somewhere in there, we have snow right on his birthday or near his birthday. And inevitably what happens is it gets really, really warm towards the beginning of April, starts warming up, and people say, this is great, spring is coming, and all of a sudden there is a big temperature plunge, and then there is snow. And sometimes we'll have a snowfall where it actually sticks to the ground, and other times it'll just get really, really cold, and we'll have snow in the air. And but we always have snow right there around my late brother Jay's birthday, April 18th. So get ready. It's kind of a roller coaster this time of year when it comes to weather, but I hope hope the weather is warm and cooperative where you're at. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I am using the Snoopy and Woodstock coffee mug that viewer David Lair very kindly sent to the channel. Hang on, let me get a sip. That's, oh boy, that's wonderful. We are using, again, Black Rifle Coffee Company's Freedom Roast. Boy, this is great. Once again, this came from my nephew Jason, his wife Allison, and the boys. This is the Coffee of the Month Club Christmas gift. I think this is year 3 now. And thanks to all the viewers out there, because they were sending in messages after the first year of this gift saying, boy, I hope your nephew and his wife renew that subscription, that coffee subscription for you. And I was hoping to. And I think he dropped into the channel and heard some of those comments and said, okay, that's what we're going to get Uncle Mark again, because he likes it. Viewers on his channel like it. So so my thanks to all the viewers out there for putting the bug in his ear. This has been great. And Freedom Roast is really, really good. It's a medium roast. And I ran it through my Keurig cup this morning, and it really, really is terrific. And the coffee mug of Snoopy and Woodstock, enjoying a cup of coffee on top of Snoopy's doghouse, is absolutely delightful. Yeah, one more sip. Hang on. Anyhow, I mentioned the weather. And this past winter, with all the cold weather, I wanted to talk about this because a viewer named Glenn Martin sent in an email and introduced to us all and talked about a product called Bag Balm, which is a skin product for dry, cracked and irritated skin. And I used Bag Balm throughout the winter months, and it was wonderful. I didn't have one instance of dry or cracked skin throughout the entire winter. James Sefton very kindly sent along a tin of it right here, and I got it right here, and it was absolutely marvelous. I can't recommend this enough. It was absolutely terrific. Again, it's a skin moisturizer. It's manufactured in Vermont, and it goes back a number of years. And Glenn told us all about it and how he used it when he worked. I think he was working on a dairy farm like 50 years ago as a teenager, and that's the product they used to keep all the udders smooth and protected on the cows. The cows' udders smooth and protected, as I recall. I'll have to look at and double check that email again, but I'm kind of going from memory. But this was wonderful, and I've tried a number of products over the last few years, and Bag Balm has been the best. And really, I highly, highly recommend it. Now, I was curious about Bag Balm and its use in a post-shave routine because it's a skin moisturizing product. So I decided to go up to AI and ask AI the question and see what kind of an answer I would get. And I went up to Microsoft's Copilot, which is part of Windows 10 and I think the Edge browser. I really like and use the Edge browser a lot because there are some tools in there that I can use when I'm putting together the Monday Morning Mailbag and the Second Cup podcast. Some editing tools of getting screenshots and other bits of information, that sort of thing. So it works really, really well for me. And I've been using it, and I like it a lot. And that led to finding Copilot integrated, I guess, in Windows 10. Anyhow, it's right here. You just click on it on your toolbar, and it launches, and you can ask it a question. And here's the question I asked this morning: can the skin product Bag Balm be used for post-shave? And the answer came back, yes. Bag Balm is primarily designed as a moisturizing ointment for dry or chapped skin, but it can also be used post-shave to soothe and hydrate the skin. Its rich formula helps to calm irritation and replenish moisture, making it a versatile option for post-shave care. However, if you have sensitive skin, it's always a good idea to test a small amount first to ensure it doesn't cause any irritation. Would you like tips on how to incorporate it into your shaving routine? I replied yes, and here's the answer that Copilot returned. Here's how you can incorporate Bag Balm into your post-shave routine for maximum comfort and care. 1. Rinse and pat dry. After shaving, rinse your face with cool water to close the pores and gently pat your skin dry with a clean towel. 2. Apply a thin layer. Take a small amount of Bag Balm, a little goes a long way, and spread it evenly over the freshly shaved area. Massage it in gently until absorbed. 3. Focus on irritated spots. If you have any nicks, razor burn, or extra sensitive areas, apply a bit more to those spots for added relief. 4. Let it work its magic. Bag Balm is quite rich, so give it some time to sink into your skin fully before layering any other products over it. Bag Balm can also be used as an overnight treatment to deeply hydrate your skin. Apply a slightly thicker layer before bed and wake up with softer, more nourished skin. Let me know if you'd like to know more about grooming or skincare tips. Wow, that was pretty amazing. And I asked Copilot one more question, and here's what I asked it about its antiseptic, antimicrobial properties. Does the skin product Bag Balm have any antimicrobial properties? And Copilot returned this answer: yes. Bag Balm contains 8-hydroxyquinoline sulfate, which has antiseptic properties. This ingredient helps inhibit the growth of bacteria and acts as a preservative in the formulation. While Bag Balm is primarily used for moisturizing and soothing skin, its antimicrobial component can be beneficial for minor cuts and abrasions. How about that? So I'm thinking you might be able to, or we might be able to do as wet shavers, we might be able to use this in a post-shave routine, especially if we have a minor nick or cut after our shaves. I am going to set it aside for my next few shaves, and if I do get a minor nick, I'm going to use it and see what the results are. And if that happens, I will report back and let you know. Now, I want to know, is anybody else out there using Bag Balm in this way? We've talked about it on the show as a skin moisturizing product. It works wonderfully well. But again, it has these antiseptic, antimicrobial properties that are good for minor cuts and nicks. And has anyone out there been using it in that fashion, post-shave routine? Please comment below and let us know. It's a wonderful product. Again, my thanks to Glenn Martin for giving us a heads up on it and introducing everyone to it. And a big, big thanks to James Sefton for very, very kindly sending it along to the channel. So that's what we got going on this morning. Cold weather to warm weather, back to cold weather. April 18th, get ready. Skin moisturizing products like Bag Balm and can be used, I guess, I'm thinking, in your shave den post-shave for your post-shave routine, especially if you need a little bit of extra moisturizing to a little bit of a razor burn or skin irritation or a minor nick or cut. Bag Balm, pretty amazing. Well, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. You know what? Let's pay a few bills and we'll get the show underway in just a moment. Now, I received this email from viewer Tim Whitcup, and the subject heading reads, Parker Injector. And he writes, Hey, Mark, I received the Parker Solo Edge. I did one pass, and it was rough. I did a second pass, and not any better. The angle is built into the razor, but I still tried adjusting. This, I think, is the first time this has happened after one shave. I sent it back and ordered the Parker Injector razor. I'm glad I did. This razor, meaning the Parker Injector razor, is pretty light. I started out on setting 3 and it was very mild, which I like. I turned it up to setting 4 and it was a little more aggressive, but not bad at all. I really like this Parker Injector razor. Looks a lot like the PAL Vintage adjustable injector razor. I highly recommend the Parker Injector razor. Thanks, Tim. Hey, Tim, thanks for the heads up on this. The Solo Edge is a single edge razor that uses snapped DE blades, as I recall. And here's what they have to say about it on the product page. The Solo Edge single edge safety razor, it comes with 100 blades, now with a magnetic head for easy blade loading, delivers a super smooth and comfortable shave. It retails on Amazon for $38.77. Now here's what they say. Precision design. The Parker two-piece Solo Edge single edge safety razor is meticulously crafted for both new and experienced wet shavers, offering a precise blade angle reminiscent of cartridge razors while maintaining the benefits of a safety razor. The magnetized head makes it easy to load the razor blade as well. Now, it sounds like a two-piece razor. Sounds like that base plate is attached to the handle. And here's what they have to say regarding its use. Intuitive to shave with an automatic perfect exposure once the blade is loaded, there's no need for adjustments. The intuitive shaving angle, similar to a cartridge razor, ensures a comfortable and efficient shaving experience, reducing the risk of skin irritation. Well, that wasn't Tim Whitcup's experience. And again, we go back to the rule of your mileage may vary. Sometimes these razors that are rated so well by other wet shavers you might come across it and just might not work for you. Now, the Parker injector razor, the adjustable injector razor, Tim found a really, really perfect fit with that one. And that one retails for about $36, $37. So not much difference in price. The Solo Edge comes with 100 razor blades, Parker platinum coated razor blades, I believe. And the Parker adjustable injector razor comes with 20 injector blades. And it does look a lot like the PAL adjustable injector razor that we reviewed on the channel. I have that razor, and it's a vintage razor. I can't remember where I obtained that. It might be eBay, I think. I can't quite remember. But I have had a couple of shaves with it, and I like it. However, because of just exploring all the other razors here on the channel, I don't like to use an injector razor where I can't disassemble the razor head and clean things out and take that blade out and that sort of thing. The Supply SE injector razor is great because you can open up that razor head and take out that blade and clean things out and let it dry out, and you can reassemble it without having to worry of having another, leaving an injector razor blade in that razor head. That's why I like that razor so much. And there are some vintage Schick injector razors that also have that ability to open up that injector razor head, clean it out, get that old blade out of there, that sort of thing. And I like that quality when it comes to an injector razor because it's not a razor I'm going to be using every single day. If it's the only razor you have in your shave den, then you don't have to really worry about opening up that razor head. You're always, every 5 or 7 days or whatever it is, you're injecting a new blade in there. So you're getting the use out of it. But if it's something that you're going to set aside for maybe a month, a couple of weeks, a month, me personally, I just don't like having that injector razor blade in there. Now, I do have the Supply adjustable injector razor. I'm going to have to pull that out again and see how I have that stored. If I put a blank back into the razor head, waiting to put in a brand new blade. You have these aluminum blanks you can insert, you can inject into the razor head, and then that way it kind of acts as a placeholder so that when you inject a new blade, it keeps that gap along the razor head loading route, so to speak, keeps it open just a little more so it doesn't scrape and scratch the blade as it's being installed. I like the Supply injector razors a lot. I like the PAL injector razor a lot. I've been very, very curious about the Parker injector razor, especially the adjustability there. And it looks really, really good. I do have an injector razor with adjustability in the Supply. I think it's the Supply Pro adjustable injector razor. Like that one a lot, and I like the thumb dial just underneath the razor head where you just put your thumb on it and just kind of move things up and down. It's got some micro clicks so you can get really, really precise with how you're opening up that blade gap. Boy, I'm getting kind of excited talking about that razor. I got to pull it out again and try it again. I haven't used it in a long, long time. So I'm going to have to look and see how I stored it. But the injector razors are really good because you're going in at a 15-degree angle. And, you just have to kind of match up just that small face of the injector razor head, just kind of align and press that softly, gently, lightly against your skin. And that's the shave angle. With the Supply, all you're doing is taking that Supply name that's carved into the face of that razor head and just laying that against your face. And that's the shave angle. And that's what that Supply SE helped me master that angle for my Schick injector razors. Love the Supply SE a lot. It sounds like the Parker injector razor falls right into that category where you can find that 15-degree angle very, very easily. So, Tim, I'm so glad that you found a Parker razor, single edge razor that works for you. Now, some people out there, the Solo Edge might work for them and the injector might not. Again, your mileage may vary, but It's the great thing about the traditional wet shave is we have so many different choices out there. So a couple of razors for you to consider: the Parker Solo Edge and the Parker Adjustable Injector Razor. And like Tim, one was working for him and the other one, not so much. You might find that both work for you. You might find that you like the Solo Edge more than the Ejector, or vice versa. Whatever it is, there's a lot out there, a lot of great choices. As I always say, you'll find a razor, a brush, a shave soap, an aftershave splash, etc., that fits your beard and skin type in your wallet. Just a lot of great choices out there. Great time to be doing the traditional wet shave. So Tim, thanks again for a heads up on both razors, the Parker Solo Edge and the Parker Adjustable Injector Razor. Folks, we'll have links to both of those razors below. Now, as long as we're talking about adjustable razors, I want to introduce you to a new adjustable razor that I have here in the Shave Den, and it comes from the folks at Yaki. My thanks to Grace Chen and everyone at Yaki for very kindly sending this one along to the channel, allowing me to share it with all the viewers. To be perfectly honest with you, ever since it came in, I opened up the box, I kind of looked at it, and I didn't know what to make of it. And I set it aside because I just didn't know what to make of it. It looks so unusual and so different. Let me tell you what the razor is right now. It's the Yaki Bohemia adjustable safety razor. Now, it's adjustable in the same way that the Rockwell 6S is adjustable, in that the Bohemia has one base plate, and you can flip it from one side to the other and change the level of aggression. That's how it works. It has plate side 1 and plate side 2. Plate side 1 is the milder setting, and plate side 2 is the little more aggressive side to the base plate. So that's how it adjusts, just by flipping that base plate. So no other base plates come with it, just that one base plate. Whereas, of course, the Rockwell 6S comes with 3 base plates, which can be flipped, giving you 6 different settings. This one base plate, 2 settings. And this razor is an homage to the vintage French Bohin adjustable razor. The same kind of setup, in that it has that base plate, that one base plate that you can flip and change the aggression. Now, it has a very unique comb on it, in that the comb looks like a grill from a vintage 1950s automobile, if you know what I mean. That grill between the 2 headlights that had those thick vertical metal slats from left to right. That's what this looks like. And again, it adjusts plate 1, plate 2, just by flipping the base plate. Boy, a lot of heft to this razor as well. Here are the specs. Let me give you the specs. The handle diameter is 13 millimeters, or 0.152 inches. The handle length is 91 millimeters, or 3.58 inches. This is it's just a stainless steel matte finish. It's not highly polished or anything like that. They do have one that is categorized as a vintage color. It has a little bit of a darker tone to it. The total weight of this is 131 grams, or 4.62 ounces. It just comes with the razor, no blades. It takes a standard DE razor blade. And it really is a very, very hefty razor. It's got a very good, manly, gentlemanly, industrial kind of look to it. Very, very masculine look to this razor. And I like the knurling on the handle. Feels great in the hand. Good knurling, good grip. But here are the specs on the blade gaps. Now, with the adjustable plate number 1, that side's exposure is 0.95 millimeters. That's the blade gap. The number 2 side is 1.35 millimeters. Now, I'm thinking right away when I saw that, my gosh, that's aggressive. I couldn't be farther off the mark. The 0.95 millimeter plate number 1 side is so smooth and mild. I was so surprised What a wonderful shave. Great as a daily driver with 1 day's worth of beard growth. The number 2 side is probably, well, just from the numbers, from 0.95 to 1.35, a couple of clicks more aggressive with a little higher efficiency. Still a very, very smooth shave, a little more positive blade feel, but really nice shave. And that's where I'll use the razor if I have, say, 2 or 3 days worth of beard growth and I want to knock down the majority of that beard growth on the first pass. If I have 2 to 3 days worth of beard growth, I'll use plate number 2. Now, the way you set up this razor to figure out which side of the plate to use, which side is plate number 2, which side is plate number 1 when you install it with the cap and the handle, is backwards from the Rockwell 6S. With the Rockwell 6S, when you install the base plate and you look on the underside of the base plate where the handle is, and you see that number there, that's the level of aggression that you're at. So if you install the base plate and you look at the bottom side of the base plate and it says 2, you know you're at level setting 2 or aggression level 2. When you open it back up, you unscrew the handle and you open it back up and you flip that cap, that base plate rather, and I think it's 4 on the other side, and you flip it and then you reattach the handle and you're reading 4 on the bottom side of the base plate, then you know you're at level aggression 4. With the Bohemia, it's the other way around. When you install the base plate, the number side of the base plate that is pointing upwards towards the cap next to the razor blade, that's the level of aggression. So if I'm at level setting 2, which is the more aggressive side, level setting 2 will be pointing upwards towards the cap. And when I look at the underside, it'll say plate number 1. So when I look at the underside of the base plate and it reads number 1, I know that number 2 on the inside, pointed up towards the cap closest to the blade, is the level of aggression I'm at, level aggression number 2. So that's the only difference between this razor and the Rockwell razor. So if you have a Rockwell 6S or a 6C and you're used to reading the aggression level on the underside of the base plate, know that the Bohemia razor is the other way around. The level of aggression on the underside of the base plate is not going to be the level of aggression. It's going to be the other side. So if you're reading level number 1 on the underside of the base plate, know that level 2 on the inside pointing up towards the cap, closest to the razor blade, is the correct level of aggression, level 2. And you'll be able to tell the difference between the 2 levels of aggression, no doubt about it. Now, the other thing is that this comb, with its really unique looking grill, so to speak, gives you a little bit of room to change that angle of approach at both plate number 1 and plate number 2, to where you can kind of refine your shave and especially at level number 2, the more aggressive level, get a little more blade feel or back off from the blade feel. And both plates, both sides of the base plate, very, very smooth. I really, really enjoyed the shave with this. I was very, very surprised. So I didn't know what to make of this razor when it first came into the shave den. It looked so different from any other razor I've ever seen. And I've learned a lot about the Bohin razor since looking at the Bohemia razor and trying to understand the razor and the information that I got from various forums and other YouTube videos. A big thank you to Subi Shaves for his video review of the Bohemia razor. We'll link his video review, and also to Heiko Shaves. We'll link his video review so you can see both of these gentlemen use this razor. I already have a razor review done on this, and I'm going to get this scheduled probably after I show the razor on the Monday morning mailbag. But we'll have links to all the information that I've come across. And really, this is really a terrific, terrific looking razor. I think the razor head on the Bohemia might be slightly, maybe a little taller, so to speak, than the original Bohin razor. The Bohin razor head and base plate might have a little more streamlined quality to it just from looking at the pictures. I could be wrong, but the handle and the overall shape of the razor head and comb are identical to the Bohin razor. And as I found here online, information about the Bohin, capital Bohin. The Bohin was made in France and patented in 1937. Its adjustability comes from its reversible head and the shape of the post, which allow you to move the blade from side to side, exposing more or less. Now, I don't know how that works, and I didn't see any blade movement on the Bohemia, but still, it's the same kind of approach. You just flip the plate to change the level of aggression, and with this grill kind of a comb look, it really allows you to fine-tune your shave kind of on the fly, kind of change that approach. And I will say that because of the size of the razor head, up underneath the nose on a with the grain pass at level 2, it was not as, it didn't get into the tight areas as much as I would like to. I think I'm going to have to move my nose. Just grab my, I'm grabbing my nose now while I'm talking to you, but you know what I mean. Just grab my nose and move it aside so I could better maneuver the razor head. I never thought to do that. I usually get everything on the second pass east to west, and it did a great job. So with my shave review, I had about 2.5 days worth of beard growth. And I used level number 2 for the first pass and then flipped the plate and went to level number 1 for the second pass and got an absolutely wonderful shave. And I'm looking forward to shaving with it again. And I hope to show you this razor. I will show you this razor on an upcoming Monday morning mailbag. We're going to talk about it. It really is a unique looking razor, and it delivers a surprisingly smooth, comfortable shave, even though the blade gap numbers are kind of up there. So really, really terrific shave from Yaki. The Bohemia, we'll have a link to it below on AliExpress where you can see all the photos. We'll also have links to some of the history that I found online and other discussions where you can see, get a little bit of a flavor of the history of this razor. And also we'll link to Heiko Shaves and Subi Shaves so you can see their reviews in using this razor. I think Subi Shaves uses it for a head shave, so that gives you an idea of the mild quality of the razor. So my thanks to Heiko Shaves and Subi Shaves, and my thanks to Grace Chen and everyone at Yaki for very, very kindly sending along the Bohemia razor to the channel, allowing me to share it with all the viewers. Check out those links below and stay tuned for the Monday morning mailbag because we are going to show this on camera, and it really is a terrific, terrific looking razor. So there's more to discuss about it, and we'll get to it all on the Monday morning mailbag. So check it out. The Yaki Bohemia razor will have all those links below. Well, we were just talking about the supply injector razors, and this email alert came through. Spring cleaning isn't just for closets. We're making room for new arrivals, and that means big savings for you. Right now, everything site-wide is 20% off, but this deal disappears Monday at 11:59 p.m. Central Time. No second chances, no do-overs. Use code SPRING20. That's in capital letters, SPRING20. Use code SPRING20 at checkout before it's gone. So start off spring on the right foot with fresh blades, better skin care, or a brand new razor that will give you the closest shave ever. So we'll link to the supply website where you can check out that 20% off site-wide sale. Again, use the code SPRING20 at checkout, and that is deadline is tonight at 11:59 p.m. Central Time. So you've got until tonight, right before midnight, to take advantage of that sale. From the folks at Supply, we'll have the link below. I also received this email alert from Phoenix Shaving. An epic Phoenix Shaving classic has returned. Phoenix Lights. Yeah, we reviewed this on the channel. This is wonderful. And as I write here, grab some before it vanishes into thin air again. Here's the scent profile. Citrus, grapefruit, jasmine, woody, amber, musk, wormwood, tobacco and oak moss. A timeless, instant classic kind of scent. Shave Cadets, this is a must-have original scent. Here's a note that they included here. Both the aftershave cologne and EDP contain the extra kick of pure tobacco absolute. Both are also steeped in oak cubes for an added rugged depth. It's magical stuff. And as I continue here, Shave Cadets, sound the alarm. The scent that started rumors, sparked legends, and turned skeptics into believers is back. Phoenix Lights has re-entered Earth's atmosphere, and it's bringing the heat. If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. Just like the mysterious, jaw-dropping UFO event witnessed by thousands, including Kurt Russell, true story, over Phoenix, Arizona in 1997, Phoenix Lights is unforgettable, undeniable, and completely unexplainable in the best possible way. This is probably exactly what John Wayne's neckerchief smelled like, or perhaps Kurt Russell's. Note, this is not hype or exaggeration. It's warm, calming, musky, masculine, and memorable. Yeah, we will have a link to it below. Phoenix Lights, I love this one. It was absolutely fantastic. I still have it in my shave den. I think I'm going to break it out again now that it's been... now that it's returned, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have another shave with the Bohemia razor and Phoenix Lights. We will have a link to it below. Check it out. Phoenix Lights. It's a great scent, and it marks a really amazing event that took place in Phoenix, Arizona, where thousands and thousands of people saw these lights in the skies. And no one can explain them to this day. And that's why Phoenix Lights is available for your shave den. You'll be able to explain the shave soap, but not that event. It kind of marks the occasion, so to speak. Again, from Phoenix Shaving, Phoenix Lights, will have a link below. Now, before I get out of here, I'm going to recommend a movie. And with Easter and Passover right around the corner, the movie I'm going to recommend this time around is The Ten Commandments from 1956, starring Charlton Heston and Yul Brynner. Boy, this is an epic. It's a classic. It's an epic. It has a 93% five-star rating on Amazon movie reviews. It really is a much-loved film. And here's what Wikipedia has to say about it. The Ten Commandments is a 1956 American epic religious drama film produced, directed, and narrated by Cecil B. DeMille, shot in VistaVision, color by Technicolor, and released by Paramount Pictures. Based on the Bible's first 5 books and other sources, it dramatizes the story of the life of Moses, an adopted Egyptian prince who becomes the deliverer of his real brethren, the enslaved Hebrews, and thereafter leads the Exodus to Mount Sinai, where he receives from God the Ten Commandments. Now, again, the film stars Charlton Heston, Yul Brynner, Ann Baxter, Edward G. Robinson, Yvonne DiCarlo, John Derrick, Sir Cedric Hardwicke, Vincent Price, an all-star cast, and it is an epic, epic movie. Try to watch this movie on as big a screen as possible. The visual effects are amazing, especially for 1956. Cecil B. DeMille, my take on this is Cecil B. DeMille loved visual effects. He incorporated them into a lot of his movies, and The Ten Commandments was no exception. And the parting of the Red Sea and other effects are just amazing. And when I was a kid and they did a re-release of this movie, they were marketing it as, see the greatest visual effect ever put on screen, meaning the parting of the Red Sea. And it really is amazing. It still holds up today. It really is an epic, epic movie. And there are some visual effects. You just sit back and scratch your head and think to yourself, how did they pull that off in 1956 without having any digital tools? And yeah, it really is a marvelous, marvelous movie. And I so enjoyed it the first time I saw it when I was a kid, and I enjoy viewing it every year when the religious seasons of Easter and Passover roll around again. And I'm sure you'll find it on TV and streaming services for free everywhere. So if you've never seen it, make some time to watch this movie from 1956, The 10 Commandments, starring Charlton Heston and Yul Brynner, produced, directed, and narrated by Cecil B. DeMille. And that wraps up another Second Cup. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. I sure hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, please share, please subscribe, and pass it along to a fellow wet shaver or friend. My thanks to everyone who commented and contributed to today's show, and I mean this sincerely. Without you, this microphone would be silent. If Second Cup or the Monday Morning Mailbag aren't showing up in your regular podcast feed, please drop me a line at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and we'll try to get it all sorted out. So again, thank you all very much. I look forward to getting together with you again on these podcast airwaves. Until then, enjoy the day, enjoy your shave, and enjoy that Second Cup.